Hey guys, I am going to walk to the cemetery. It is a gorgeous day. Actually, I am going to go to the food pantry today since I missed it Wednesday. That's why you didn't get a haul, because I completely missed it. I had the times backwards. It's 1 to 3 on Wednesday, it's 4 to 6 on Monday. So I'll go today. I know you can barely see me. Well, I can barely see me because of the sun. But I'm gonna walk up. I haven't been able to check on my great aunt and uncle much. This winter has just been too cold. Even though we've had some really nice days, but I've been busy. So little update on my rib muscle injury. It still hurts. So when I go into the society tomorrow, I'm gonna not lift anything too heavy. I did my research, the best that I could do under the circumstances, just crossing the street so I can be on the sidewalk and on the right side of the street because it's the opposite side of church. Anyway, I a little breezy. Did my research, and I also posted pictures of those tall, thin statues because they have no markings. Some of them have a little digit, like a set of digits, numbers on the bottom of them, but most of them are completely unmarked. The bottom is painted green, and they almost feel like they're wood. I almost want to say they're wood. They depict Amish people from the looks of things. The man has the hat and the typical Amish beard without a mustache. The woman has the bonnet and the typical Amish dress. So I'm thinking they're depicting the Amish, but I'm not sure what they are. I will show them to you in another video. See if any of you can identify them, because I'm at a loss. Yes, I posted pictures on Facebook. I will post them on Instagram as well. I'm trying to think. I researched the two bottles, and the one with the lid on it, the lid said Bayer. I'm like, oh my god, this is an old aspirin bottle. So when I looked it up, I found the identical bottle. It's from the 1950s. An old glass Bayer aspirin bottle from the 1950s. So that will go great in our medication section. The problem is our medication section's not really visible. So we need to discuss that when we're working in housewares, because housewares is kind of right next to our medication section, our pharmacy section. So we need to discuss making that more visible somehow and figure out what to do with that side shelving that no one can really see. I mean, if you're standing at the other end, you can look at it, but you really can't see what it is. So there needs to be something done about that. The other bottle, I knew it said something Quaker. It said Old Quaker. In one of my pictures, it didn't come out very good, but my other picture, I could see that. I could start to see the embossed image. Well, the embossed bottle's from the 1960s, and it is actually, I think, from the 1960s. actually whiskey, and it may, on the back of it, at the top, at the shoulders of the bottle, it may say not for or prohibited or something from sale, because they left that tag on there through the 1960s. It was from Prohibition. For those of you not in the United States, we prohibited the sale and consumption of alcohol for a stretch of time from the 19 teens through part of the 1930s. And yeah, that did not work out very well for us. It led to gangland, mass murder, and all kinds of outlaw activity, and yeah, it just ended up a disaster here in the US. It could have wound up another civil war. I mean, it was that bad. It truly was. So if you are from, say, the UK or Australia, where I know I have viewers, look up Prohibition in the United States. There's actually a funny documentary series that tells the history. It's so entertaining, but it tells the history so well. It's called Prohibition, and it's hosted by Mike Rowe. It is so funny. No, How Alcohol Built America is hosted by Mike Rowe. I think the Prohibition one was really good too and entertaining. Definitely recommend both, because they both go into Prohibition, and it was not a good thing. I also have listened to audio tapes made by a grandchild of a lady who lived through Prohibition. If you recall, here at the cemetery, I've shown you Rick Labonte's gravestone. Well, his mother, Helen Bohanke Labonte, lived through Prohibition. And she talked about the bathtub gin and other things that they would do to make alcohol to drink, and how many people went blind or died from this horrible alcohol because they didn't know what the devil they were doing. And you never drink the first batch off the still. Never. Because that is where you get the trouble with blindness, possible death, all sorts of issues. Toss the first batch. But of course, amateurs didn't know that. So you have to put it through again. Well, I guess you don't toss it. It goes through a second process to clean out more of the garbage, more or less. I mean, I'm not a distiller, but I don't even like alcohol. But I'm not one of these temperance people either. If you want to have a drink and be responsible about it, whatever, not my business. I, however, will refrain. I come from a family for whom alcohol was not a good thing, so I just choose to refrain. I do not drink. And even if I wanted to sit down and have a glass of wine at this point in my life, I'm not allowed to because of my autoimmune disease, because it's in my liver and I have cirrhosis. So yeah, cirrhosis and alcohol, not a good combination. And mine is non-alcohol related cirrhosis, just for the record. I was never a drinker. And they literally have to write that on my paperwork, non-alcohol related. as if it makes a difference. Cirrhosis is cirrhosis, you know? But, you know, I lost my youngest uncle because he refused to stop drinking and they wouldn't operate on him, you know? And just, yeah. I've seen the difference in people sober and not sober. And I'll tell you, most of the people I know that have gotten sober and have been sober a lot of years, I much prefer them sober. So, because they weren't the nicest people when they weren't sober. And they would tell you that. So, like I said, I'm not a temperance person. I know there were a lot of temperance people. What is temperance? Let's see. Temperance is, well, they were temperance societies. They were women mostly who wanted their husbands to stop going out to the bar every night when they were done with their work. And they wanted them home. They wanted them to stop being drunks. And so they thought if they just outlawed alcohol, problem solved. Not so much. But then there was one lady, I can't remember her name, but she was so passionate that she would walk into bars with like axes and hatchets and just destroy the bars. It's really funny, actually. I have to look it up when I get home. I can't remember her name. And I didn't bring my phone. I can't believe I walked this far without my phone. But anyway, there's actually someone here today. Someone is here from Rhode Island. That's not unusual because we're right on the line, so we're not that far from Rhode Island. Aww. Caleb Theron Osier. I want to make a note of that. Make sure I get that because I want to find out what happened. He was a year old. Well, no, he wasn't. Hold on. Remember the generation? He was 2 months old. I mean, look at the drawings on some of these. I hope you can see that. Because I can't see a dang thing through the viewfinder. It's too, hi. It's too, what do you call it? Ouch. Bright. Merry Christmas, Mom, 2022. That's nice. Mickey Colanero. Stand this back up for the Colaneros. Maori Moro. There we go. Barbara Doyen. Very Nicolette Doyen. Oh, my hip hurts. But I wanted the steps, guys. Whoa. Okay. Going uphill. Because if you recall, my great aunt and uncle are uphill. Look, there's actually ice down there. That's a river. It runs through the cemetery. I think the cemetery was built here because of the hill. Cemetery's been here since forever. It's weird because I bet you if you went into the river right along here with this erosion that you see where that gravestone is? With all this erosion, I bet you there's bodies under the silt in that river that used to be buried up here. I would not doubt that at all. If you look at the erosion on the side, wouldn't doubt that at all. Sadly. Alrighty. Some of these, oh my goodness. I'll throw it in the trash. It kind of lost all its color anyway. And it's fake berries, so I'll just throw it in the trash. Don't. That's such a shame. Oh, no. that's a perfectly good poinsettia too. I don't know why they decided to toss that. But now this is tough to read. Let's see, it says, oh, it's in French. That's the thing. You're going to have Czechoslovakian and French. Here, down in Clement. And I bet you there are graves up there too, in the woods. I can almost guarantee it. Because you don't know where the boundaries were, especially based on all these stones along the edge of the woods here. I would be willing to bet the people are buried behind those stones. Even though they're technically headstones and not footstones. Oh my God. I'll show you that in a minute. Because they made the road here, they wouldn't have done that over bodies. The bodies are that way. Nicola Colinello. Okay. Padilla. Yeah, there's some Italians here. And this is Jan Smith. Aged 27 years. Right? Aged 27 years. September 1918. Body. Okay. Oh no, I see what it says. Rodini. Okay, born 26 August 1918. Zomnel must be died 27 September 1918. I think that's Italian. Gabriel. Okay, is there a reason that we have Gabriel Picard? Now, what I want to show you is right here. What the heck happened here? This one fell over. That's sad. That's recent, because that was standing. I'm gonna let the church know that that fell over. That needs to be stood back up quickly. Or anything happens in front of it. Those are logers. Just ignore it. We had a teacher by that name. Ran the business department in Northbridge High School. Or was it inside? Inside. Cerulli. Yeah, so I'll stop at the church on my way back and let them know. Somebody's bound to be there. Padzina. That's, you'll see a lot of Vecchione's Italian. There's quite a number of Italians. Where can I? Right here, Stefanov. Oh, excuse me. Kalvanek. Those are all Maniac, Hutnak. Those are all Slovak. Then you come over here and you've got the French and the Italians all mixed in. Yeah, it's interesting, to say the least. There's Fershki, there's Mozinski, there's Beck. It's weird because his family is also buried in the other cemetery that we went to. This must be his grandparents. That's Lozier. Another Lozier. There's a bunch of those. I'm trying to find. Now this is not my uncle's family. because I believe they're buried at St. Paul's. Yeah, that guy died in 2003. Anyway, Jakes, Joseph, and Eleanor. And there's actually a little boy, Joey, that's buried up here too. Well, he's not a little boy, but a very young man that's buried with his grandparents here somewhere. Anyway. Did I walk too far? I don't think so. I think I did. Maybe not. Oh, nope. They're over here. I think. Wait. Matarosic. Jakes. Where's the St. Andre? No, I don't think I've gone far enough yet. Oh my goodness. Check that out. Turkey running through the cemetery. Yeah, I've gone too far. What in the heck? It's gotta be right here. Where is Levante? That's usually my measuring stick. If I can find Levante, Closure, Beck. Oh, I think it's around the corner. Hanley, Jakes, Green. Yeah, I think it's around the corner. Yuda. You know what's funny? Yeah, no, this isn't right. It's right here. What am I missing? What happened to their stone? Okay, there's McGrath, Jakes, Green, Richard, Lozier, Beck. Brennan, Jenkins, Versky. I'm in the right area. There's Levante. So they should be right there. I knew once I found Levante I'd find it. It's right here in front of me. There it is, guys. And it looks great. My cleaning worked very nicely on this. I love you guys. Again, if you see a stone, a little rock on a headstone, don't move it. It's a way of paying homage to the deceased. That one's pretty. I'll do that one. Oh, that's not a rock. That's a nut. There we go, guys. I love you. There's something from bars. There's a lot of painted stones there. 2020. Oh, that's sad. I guess he was 70, but still. Look at all the painted rocks. That is so cool. Mom? Mom's still alive. Anyway. There is Lozinski. I know them. Mercier. Linton. That's an old name. Oops. That's a no-no. Gotta stand that flag back up. actually should be behind the stone, shouldn't it? Yeah, right there. There's its spot. There we go. Some of them have the stands and some of them don't. See what the flag stands look like. If I can get it on camera. There we go. Very nice. It starts with band, it's Dutch. And I'm not talking Deutsch, which would be German. I'm talking actual Dutch. Because the Pennsylvania Dutch are actually German. Somehow, Deutsch, which Deutschland is Germany, somehow Deutsch got misconstrued as Dutch. And so the Pennsylvania Dutch became the Pennsylvania Dutch instead of the Pennsylvania Deutsch or the Pennsylvania Germans. So, this Frederick J. Benoit I'm still interested in because of my family. I'm going to go down to the church and see if there's anybody home to let them know that there are actually a couple of new ones that are knocked over. That one's knocked over too. And you can tell they're newly fallen. Because I've been here a million times. They have fallen during this winter. There's more people here. Whew. Hello. Good. Just checking on my great aunt and uncle. I'm really the only person that checks on them now, so. Huh? Oh, I'm a vlogger. It's facing me. Oh, wow. What happened? Okay. Sorry. It's okay. Alrighty, you heard that. And that's fine. I was just curious. I think anybody would be. The kid was a year younger than me. I think it's only natural to be curious, but what can you do? I'm talking right into the microphone here, so you should be able to hear it, I hope. But I am going to stop at the church on the way back so that I can let them know that there are 2 new stones tipped. And I know they're new because I come here a lot. As you guys know, but you can see the history of the town in these cemeteries, the names in the town and stuff. The lady obviously was crying, which I get. 1975 to 2020 is not that old. And I would have turned the camera off. You know, it's only 40. Six. Yeah, no, 45. I turned 46 in 2020, 47 in 2021, 48 in 2022, and he's a year younger. So yeah, it's only 45 years old, so it's natural to wonder what happened. She could have said turn off the camera, and I would have turned off the camera. People don't have to be, and I understand, but okay, that's interesting. Look at that. I'm gonna go in the church, obviously. I'm gonna turn off the camera, but because not the best idea. Believe me, on a day like this, I'd like to walk the steps, but my hip will let me today, which is fine. I needed the steps, and I'm glad I looked at the temperature. It is unbelievable out here. I hope it's the same tomorrow, because obviously I have to go to the look at the river. It's beautiful. This is the Mumford River. The river that built the town. Tributary of the Blackstone River that I showed you the Blackstone Valley on that map. Well, that's the tributary that built this end of the Blackstone Valley. We actually have several river valleys in our state. Another one is the Merrimack Valley on the mighty Merrimack River, which is in it's up where my cousin lives. My cousin lives in Newburyport. There's Newbury, and of course, if you're a wrestling fan, there's West Newbury, which is where John Cena is from. They all used to be one town. There's Newbury, Newburyport, West Newbury, and there's another one, I believe. And they all used to be one town, but they were divided. And I think West Newbury is actually a part of Newburyport. I could be wrong. Maybe a part of Newbury. Either way, they're all interconnected because they're all part of, well, not part of Merrimack Valley, but they're also used to be one town back in the day. So if you're going through records, you know, depending on how far back you go, you're going to end up in the same town. So we have a lot of towns like that in this state. The town that I'm in, Douglas, used to be called New Sherburne. That was our name. Way the heck back. In fact, my godbrother, that's what I call my godparents' children, my godbrother and my godsister. Because they are, to me. I had an old map of New Sherburne. Like the old Douglas end where he lived. See, we have different districts in town. And I guess back in the day, each of those districts had a school. Because I noticed the list of districts, and I'm going, why are there so many villages? She said, those are all school districts from back in the day. I'm like, holy crap. Boy, would I like to get my camera upstairs, but I don't think that's going to happen. Because, guys, being in the house is a privilege and an honor. Being in the Jenks house, in the upstairs, is a privilege and an honor. And I don't take that lightly whatsoever. What a privilege it is to be allowed to be up there. So, I don't take it lightly whatsoever. And I'm very happy to be able to do that. I'm proud. Oh, did you see the Bigfoot inside the building there? I hope I'm getting it on camera. It's a Bigfoot. That is cool. Yeah, you don't need to see me that big. Alright, I'm gonna go to the church and find somebody and let them know. If I can't find anyone, I'll tell them when I come back to the food pantry that there are 2 stones face down. Somehow they came up with their bases. Usually the top part of the stone breaks off the base. In this case, in both cases, the stone fell completely over, base and all, which is strange in and of itself. I'm going to cross the street here because, well, the church is right there, and I live 50 feet from the church. So, well, that may be an exaggeration. I think I probably live about, 500 feet from the church. It's not far. Anyway, so, yeah. So when I get here, I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close out the vlog. Holy crap. And just walk home. Because, like I said, I'm not that far, a few hundred feet. Maybe a couple thousand. I don't know, I'm terrible at that. But I'm not far. So, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you for joining me. Please hit like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Don't forget this will be in the genealogy list, as always. Because this town's history is my genealogy. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.